The annual battle for Paul Bunyan's axe came down to the fourth quarter. Wisconsin actually trailed at the half 17-7, down 17-10 to begin the fourth period. But Wisconsin was dominant in the final 15 minutes, putting 3 touchdowns on the board. The defense was dominant in the second half, holding Minnesota to 60 yards of offense, 13 rushing yards, and intercepting Mitch Leidner 4 times as the Badgers win the outright Big Ten West Division championship and get ready to head to Indianapolis to face Penn State. We'll look back at some of the highlights of Saturday's game, hear from some of the victorious Badgers. Also had a little fun earlier in the week with some of the Wisconsin players, asking them some tough Paul Bunyan axe trivia questions. We'll get some answers, some of which might actually be right. And we'll hear from head coach Paul Chryst. All coming up on today's edition of the Badgers Sports Report.
2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Leidner back to throw, fires it to the right, picked off by Sojourn Shelton at the 50, breaking right to the 40. Shelton still up, turns the corner at the 30, 25 to the 20, and thrown out of bounds by Mitch Leidner. Sojourn Shelton with the interception.
It was one of those things. I mean, I think we were down 10-17. You gotta put your offense in a good situation as far as field position when you're able to make a good play like that. But like I said, I was just trying to make something happen. I mean, it was a key play in a kind of adverse situation where they were kind of moving the ball. We needed something to shake.
Leidner in the gun, takes the snap, back to throw. Badgers bringing pressure. Leidner under pressure, flags are down. Leidner is down. Chikwe Obasi gets to Mitch Leidner. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left. Leidner calls for the ball, takes the snap. Badgers bringing pressure. Throw over the middle, picked off Leon Jacobs at the 30, at the 20. Jacobs to the 10. Jacobs brought down inside the 10-yard line.
I'd look here for some Jazz Peavy action, too, with the jet sweep. It's only been done once today. He's been such a good weapon. Now would be a good time to go to him.
Peavy out wide left along with Quintez Cephas. And Peavy in motion to the right, and there it is. Jet to the right, Peavy with room to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Here goes Jazz at the 50, down the sideline to the 30, cutting left to the 20, to the 15, and Peavy down near the 10-yard line of Minnesota. A defensive clinic brought to you by Jack Sitchy. To the end zone, touchdown Wisconsin. Goodbye, touchdown, Corey Clement. Pressure coming from Beagle. Oh, he was shot out of a cannon. Win number 10 for the Wisconsin Badgers.
The Badger Sports Report is brought to you by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. By Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle, Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. By UW Health, UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
Good or better? The Hyundai Santa Fe Sport versus the Ford Edge.
Should we be wearing helmets?
The Santa Fe Sport has an available multi-view camera system. The Edge doesn't.
What was that?
On the Hyundai, available auto emergency braking. On the Ford, nope.
Hey, what's with the axe?
And only the Hyundai is backed by America's best warranty.
No.
Better is the reason to buy Hyundai.
I'm out.
The 2017 Santa Fe Sport from Hyundai.
Whether you're out there training for a big event or you're just trying to stay in shape, I have a bit of advice. It's important to remember that what happens after the workout is just as important as what happens during the workout. My advice, be sure to refuel with low-fat chocolate milk. It has the perfect mixture of protein, carbs, and electrolytes to help you refuel, rehydrate, and build muscle. In Wisconsin, athletes win with low-fat chocolate milk. And you can too. To learn more, visit winwithchocolatemilk.com.
This Black Friday, we're taking the galaxy by storm at Nissan's Go Rogue year-end event. Hurry in for Black Friday savings on our entire lineup. Rogue One in theaters December 16th. Right now, get a low $189 per month lease on the 2016 Rogue or the 2016 Altima. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Please welcome Deputy Commissioner of the Big Ten Conference, Brad Traviola.
Thank you. On behalf of Commissioner Jim Delaney and the 14 member universities that make up the Big Ten Conference, it is my pleasure to award this Big Ten West Division Champion Trophy to the Wisconsin Badgers. Congratulations.
So much we could talk about with this game, but with this group behind you, Coach, this senior class, tell us what this means to you to watch these guys experience this here today.
Well, it's just that these kids get their experience, and it didn't just happen. It's a ton of work by everyone, led by these seniors, and couldn't be happier and more proud of them.
Down by 10 points in this game, but this team seems to have a resolve to it, doesn't it? Not always pretty, but the second half, I guess, was pretty.
Yeah, second half was pretty, and just kept playing and believed in each other, believed in themselves, and knew that if we just kept going, we'd give ourselves a chance, and they did just that and put a little bit more on it. And so many guys contributing to make that happen. That's what makes this a fun team to be around.
Wisconsin guy playing here in front of this home crowd throughout your career. You put into words what it's like to have your final home game turn out the way this one did today?
No, I can't. No, I can't. It was a great game. I mean, great experience for all of us, and we're glad we got to keep the axe our last game here.
I asked the coach this, going to ask you the same question. You're down 10. Things weren't going so well there for a while. What kept you guys together to come out the way you did in the second half?
Each other. I mean, all of us. We kind of found something in all of us, and we knew that we wanted to do it for each other. So them guys were in the locker room talking about it, and we knew that we didn't want to let each other down, so that's what it was all about for us.
You've enjoyed every second you've been out here playing in front of all these fans. You put into words what it means to keep that bad boy, that axe here for another year.
Man, Camp Randall's a special place, and being a senior, last game at Camp Randall, we wanted to send the seniors out the right way. We wanted to keep the axe here in Madison, Wisconsin, where it belongs, and give credit to these young men winning the Big Ten West. That's the goal we had at the beginning of the season. A lot of critics out there didn't believe in the group of young men we had here, but we did. We were a resilient group of young men, and we're proud.
With this level of intelligence, it's a supercomputer. With this grade of protection, it's a fortress. And with this standard of luxury, it's an oasis. Introducing the completely redesigned E-Class 4MATIC. It's everything you need it to be, and more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Third down and 10 for the Gophers at their own 35. Two receivers left, one on the right. Shotgun formation, snap to Leidner. Pressure coming. Down goes Leidner. Vince Beagle and T.J. Watt punishing the Minnesota quarter.
Well, a couple of guests here on today's show, the hardware, the axe, and the West Division trophy of the Big Ten. Congratulations. I know the post-game deal down on the field, you had all the seniors on the stage. That was important. I mean, it's important for everybody, really obviously, but for the seniors especially.
It was important to me, and more so it was important to them. And, we've been fortunate. The axe has been in Wisconsin for, this is the 13th game, but it doesn't just happen. And evidence of the first half. You have to do things to earn it, to keep it. And I thought that was important for them, and the chance to win the West. You don't do it without senior leadership and without players, and that's why it was so important for me to have the players up there, and it was fun. It was a great way for them to finish the regular season, and we talked at the beginning of the year, if we can earn the opportunity to play more games, and this team has allowed that to happen, and as a coach, I love being around this team, and so to be able to be with them, you know, this next week and get ready for the Big Ten championship, and then who knows what else will happen. You feel really fortunate.
I remember once when you actually did this show when you were an assistant, and it was after the Minnesota game, and you talked about rivalry games, what they mean. I mean, we did the show on that. That was a big theme last week. I mean, Minnesota's good, so that we have to preface this by saying that. But you don't know. I mean, a team sometimes plays even at a higher level. In Minnesota, in the first half was awfully good.
They did, and people asked me, you know, I talked to the press afterwards, and, you know, what was it? And football comes down to executing, and you have to make plays, and they made more plays in the first half than we did, and you know, I love the resolve of our team and of our players, and you know, went out, and it's a 60-plus minute game, and you have to play it all, and I thought our kids responded really well, and really wasn't anything magical. You know, we're talking with Justin after the game, you know, the halftime adjustments is we got to tackle, we got to do our assignment. For man coverage, we got to play man. And the same thing offensively, you know, you've got to get on your target and you've got to sustain the blocks, and we were able to do that, and certainly the takeaways I thought were huge, but it was fun. And I said this to the team at halftime, I love where we're at right now because we've got to overcome some things and we've got to persevere, and we're going to find out who we are as a team.
There are so many plays that we could probably single out here, but in the fourth quarter when the game's tied, you're inside your 20, right? The jet sweep with Jazz. That's been a pretty good play for him, and that was, I mean, there's probably a dozen plays you could point to, but that was a huge one, wasn't it?
Oh, it was really big, and you know, we haven't been an overly explosive offense, so when you can get a big chunk like that, that was unbelievable. I thought that, along with Moose's pick in the end zone, you know, that was, I think that was their first drive. That was big, and then I think we were down 17-10 when Sojourn had his pick. Those plays, and then to be able to finish it offensively. And yet, you know, when the game was tied up and we needed something to happen, Jazz on the jet sweep and guys blocked it up. It was a huge play and put us in the scoring position. We were able to finish with a touchdown. That was big.
Yeah, you're right. The pick from Leo Musso maybe turned things around because they're up 7 and maybe in a position to at least go up 10 with a field goal, and 14 obviously if they convert. Ball hawkers now. At 21 interceptions you guys have been able to get, and it's a variety of sources. Leon Jacobs getting involved. That was fun.
That was fun to see, and it is a number of different guys, and I don't know what it is about football, but so often it seems like takeaways are contagious. And I think it started with we were starting to get pressure on the quarterback, and I think that starts with we did a much better job than the first half and the second half of stopping the run. So now you get them into the second and longs, the third and long situations, and like I said, I thought we had pressure. I know a couple of those picks, the quarterback was definitely feeling the pressure, and then guys were opportunistic and finished by getting the pick, and then to see, you know, Sojourn had, I don't know how many yards on the return he had. Leon, I thought he might have scored, you know, and when Leon gets a little bit of steam going, he's pretty powerful, but it was a fun way to finish, certainly, and appreciate the effort that went into it.
And then, as you say, you hit the reset button here. You obviously enjoy it on Saturday night, and then on Sunday the wheels start turning for Penn State, a team that, you know, teams improve so much during the course of the season. I know you haven't had a chance to dive into them yet, but it sets up for an interesting matchup because people wondered about Penn State, maybe much like they wondered about the Badgers.
I think most everyone had Wisconsin and Penn State.
You think so?
Big Ten championship.
Sure they did.
And you go back to it, you have to enjoy this win. And for the players, all that goes into a week. And I think if you didn't enjoy it on Saturday, that would be doing the week a disservice. But then we do get, how great is that? We get the chance to push the reset button one more time and get ready for obviously a good Penn State team. You know, we've seen them a little bit in like this week we watched Penn State played Minnesota. So we've seen them a little bit, but your focus isn't on Penn State. It's on, you know, this past week was on Minnesota. But we're going to dive into them and see. Obviously, it's a very good team and what they've done. But appreciative of the opportunity that we get as a team to play one more time and play it in a short fashion. You know, 1 week here in the Big Ten Championship. It's a credit to the players, certainly.
All right, Badgers going on to the Big Ten Championship game for the 4th time in the 6-year existence of that event down at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Kickoff will be 7:17, not 7:16 or 7:18, 7:17 Central Time in Indianapolis. Now you know. Coach returns in a few minutes with a great day and great question of the week as we continue with the Badger Sports Report.
We circled this game at the beginning of the season as a game we not wanted to win, but we had to win. Keep the Paul Bunyan Axe, obviously Big Ten implications, and we did that tonight. You know, those things were running through my head, but obviously I was able just to go out there and play football, put the first half aside and go out there and have fun. He grabbed it from one of our managers and said, "Hey, this is what we're playing for, guys." And he was a soft-spoken guy. He doesn't speak much, but when he does, we listen.
Spur of the moment. Just kind of see the demeanor of everybody and just look at the axe and just kind of felt convicted that I had to say something. You know, if not now, then it'd be never. So I guess I kind of took the initiative to say something.
We got that momentum switch. You can feel it. You can feel it sitting down and hear the coach talking. The whole momentum changed, and you could just tell like some weight was lifted off our shoulders when you kind of knew like, okay, we got control of this game now. These are the ones that you live for. These are the games that you want to clinch and get a win, and regardless of how ugly it is or how great it looks, you just want that win at the end of the day.
13's a good number, but
yeah, the legacy that was left behind us from the past seniors, Chris Borland, Mike Taylor, Kurt Phillips personally for me, they've all told us about what this means to us, the team, and them. You know, we carried on the tradition.
Probably going to hit me tomorrow when I wake up, look at the schedule. There's no more home games at Camp Randall for me. And just knowing, I looked up on the stage 2 years ago when there was Melvin, Kenzel, and all those guys. I was just knowing that my time's never going to come. Now the day is here, so it's awesome. Looking back at it now, is just saying I left everything out there for this game today. Really couldn't let anything else get in the way, but just knowing that Paul Bunyan's axe was definitely staying with us today. And once we won that game, now we can look on for the Nittany Lions.
Fresh Daily. It's as much about what we do at your neighborhood Quick Trip Fresh Market as what you want to do for your family. So now you can pick up everything on your list, from the fresh milk, bread, and produce you've always known us for, to even more healthy veggies, premium meats, flavorful sides, and you bet, desserts.
Stop in for bananas, baking potatoes, or jumbo onions for just 38 cents a pound. Every day at your neighborhood Quick Trip Fresh Market.
See you next time.
Good or better? The Hyundai Sonata versus the Toyota Camry. The Sonata has an available panoramic sunroof. The Camry? No. In the Sonata, available Android Auto. The Camry? No again. And only the Hyundai is backed by America's best warranty. Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. The 2017 Sonata from Hyundai.
This is Lexi Rush. She's 10, and she's amazing. You see, Lexi was born deaf and couldn't hear anything. That was until her doctor in Appleton referred her to the pediatric specialists at UW Health in Madison. Now, 2 operations later, Lexi can hear everything. Powerful minds, compassionate care, amazing results. UW Health. Remarkable.
There are 5,757,564 residents of the state of Wisconsin. At Pick and Save, we're proud to be here for every one of them. Keeping the quality up and the prices down. Because 14,023 of those Wisconsinites are us. Pick and Save, where Wisconsin saves on groceries.
Think About It is brought to you by UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin athletics.
B, 1908.
B, 1908.
1908. Probably B.
Great. Here we go. Hot start. Okay.
A. I'm going with A.
I'm gonna have to go with the boot, A.
I'm going to go with the boot. I'll go with the Paul Bunyan boot. That sounds like a Midwestern thing, so I'll go with the boot.
I think it was the slab of bacon.
Slab of bacon. I'm gonna go with the slab of bacon just because that sounds cool.
What the heck is going on around here? Slab of bacon? That's not right.
I'm a bacon guy. So despite being a bacon guy, I still like the Paul Bunyan's axe. I always remember being a kid watching the axe being carried around the field after the Badgers won. It's a storied, storied rivalry. The Paul Bunyan's axe is, in my opinion, the coolest, most storied rivalry trophy in college football.
False.
False.
True.
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 True. I know that. I know that one definitely, for sure.
Come on. I'm part of it. How do I not know that?
$1993, A.
A was 93. It's not A. That doesn't make sense. And then it was 1901 and what?
B, 1912, or C, 1901?
1912.
B.
I'm gonna say 1912.
C.
That's awesome. I mean, to say it's been over 100 years since the series has even been tied, that's actually really cool to know.
This Black Friday, we're taking the galaxy by storm at Nissan's Go Rogue year-end event. Hurry in for Black Friday savings on our entire lineup. Rogue One in theaters December 16th. Right now, get a low $189 per month lease on the 2016 Rogue or the 2016 Altima. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Wisconsin Badgers.
There are 5,757,564 residents of the state of Wisconsin. At Pick and Save, we're proud to be here for every one of them. Keeping the quality up and the prices down. Because 14,023 of those Wisconsinites are us. Pick and Save, where Wisconsin saves on groceries.
This is what collaboration looks like. This is what happens when a cardiologist in Appleton works step in step with specialists at UW Health in Madison. You see, when Terry's condition required a second opinion, his doctor turned to the cardiothoracic team at UW Health. Together, we made sure Terry got the care and the heart transplant he needed. Powerful minds, compassionate care, amazing results. UW Health, remarkable.
Introducing. It's what Mercedes-Benz has been doing since 1886. Introducing the world to the first automobile. Introducing over 100,000 patented breakthroughs. Introducing innovations in performance, safety, and pure driving pleasure. This year, we're introducing the youngest, most dynamic lineup in the world. All from the car company that needs no introduction. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by Pick and Save, where Wisconsin saves on Badger game days. By the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. Presented by Zimbrick European. Test drive the all-new E-Class at Zimbrick European today. By UW Health. UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
Time for this week's installment of the Great Day and Great Question of the Week, and we check in with Mary from Menominee, and she knows Coach Senior Day. The introductions are emotional for players. What about the coaches, especially the head coach, when you see them all introduced one final time?
There's emotion to it, no doubt, and each kid's journey to Wisconsin and at Wisconsin is so different. And yet there's also the part of the coach that doesn't want to let it get too emotional. Unfortunately, we knew that we were going to have more season. We're going to be around. It wasn't the last time I was going to see Vince Beagle or Leo Musso or Corey. So you want them to enjoy and appreciate the moment that is playing your last home game. And Camp Randall is a special place. It means a ton. I know this from experience. It means a ton to you as a player. But you couldn't put it all into one moment, one game. And so I think the kids did a good job of kind of keeping that in check. But absolutely, I mean, you're appreciative of what these kids go through. And you see them on so many different levels. And so to say, absolutely, there's emotion to it. But I think we all try to do our best to keep the emotions in check because you know that you've got a game to play too.
Yeah, it's the best part of this is that the story is still being written.
It is the best part.
Yeah, it really is. We thank you, Mary, for your question. The Great Dane with the location up north in Wausau, as well as 4 in Madison, east side of town, downtown, Fitchburg, as well as Hilldale. Badgers and Penn State will meet for the Big Ten Championship game in Indianapolis this Saturday night, and then we'll find out together from there where the Badgers are headed. But you know there's postseason play coming up once again for Wisconsin football. We'll talk to you after the Big Ten title game next week. Thanks for watching.
A pulse, felt by one, sends a ripple, felt by some. A shiver, felt by many, until it amplifies, magnifies into a tremor that electrifies. Badgers everywhere, moving as one, tilting the world on its axis.
Fresh daily. It's as much about what we do at your neighborhood Quick Trip Fresh Market as what you want to do for your family. So now you can pick up everything on your list, from the fresh milk, bread, and produce you've always known us for, to even more healthy veggies, premium meats, flavorful sides, and you bet, desserts.
Stop in for bananas, baking potatoes, or jumbo onions for just 38 cents a pound. Every day at your neighborhood Quick Trip Fresh Market.
See you next time.